Welcome to Make Pods Great Again. I'm your host, John, back with my girl, Nikki. Nikki, how are you?
So good. How's you?
That was good. You made it 30 seconds with no F-bombs. Congratulations.
I'm
It's a new
sorry,
record.
I've been so bad lately. When we were on the phone last night, we had a call last night with a potential sponsor, and it took me like 5 or 6 minutes of being professional before it finally got there. And then John was like, "There it is. There she
Oh,
is." I was wondering when you were coming out of the woodwork.
well, all right. So as long as we're talking about last night's call before we get to the show here. So it wasn't a video call, it's just an audio call. And I don't know what you were eating, but it sounded like you were
I was
grazing.
cooking.
Yeah, it sounded like you were grazing. That's what it sounded
Oh
like.
shit! Could you hear me chewing too?
Oh my God.
I
It
thought
was
I
like,
was being so sneaky.
no, it was so many disgusting sounds. I'm like, I think I could monetize this. It was
Oh
great.
my God.
It
You
was,
should. You
I
should.
know.
If there's a way for you to capitalize on it, but I get 20%.
I think we could. And then today when I was editing the Armin episode that everyone can go back and listen to, probably 3 or 4 episodes at this point, the first 5 minutes is just like F this, F that, F. And I'm like, oh, I could spend time bleeping it, or I could go to work at some point today. And so I had
I'm
no
not going to
shot.
apologize for who I am.
I know, but the irony of it, here's the irony. The entire episode, or the beginning of the episode, middle episode, was about Armin's new baby. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, this was supposed to be. We went in fully intent to have a family episode of Armin and his wife having a baby, and it turned into some sort of like, I don't know what. Oh, it was great. It was
If I
really
ever
amazing.
have a child, it's going to know swears before it knows anything
Yes.
else.
So now our guests know what they're in for, which is great.
Right.
Tonight we have the new Mayhem team with us, Taylor Williamson and Andrea Nisler. How are you?
Yep. I'm doing good, thank you. Well,
Doing
half the
great.
Mayhem team. Missing the big name, but that's okay.
The big name.
I
What
don't know. I don't know.
did
I
I?
would argue that you guys are the big name coming in. You're like the female power duo on the team side of the elite competition. It is so cool to see you guys heading over to this Mayhem team now in the 2021 edition, which is going to be kind of like the newest and most different iteration that we've seen in a minute.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting going back to the whole affiliate version of things. So I mean it didn't lend itself to too many options at that point. So this is this is the best option either way, but I'm excited. Also just interested to see how it goes again for other teams. I mean, at this point we don't really know what that's going to look like or if there will be any other affiliate teams from the past coming back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think everyone's kind of keeping an eye out, but we haven't really seen a whole lot as far as the old school affiliate teams coming back, but I'm sure some will come up. I'm excited to see what combinations pop up out there.
Yeah, same. I actually personally, and we started to talk about this a little bit right when the news was first announced of the rule book and the changes and the affiliate cup. I personally call it nostalgia. I don't know. I love the idea of going back to the old school way of doing things where the team lived together and trained together and everyone was constantly in the same gym. And I mean, the super teams or whatever you want to call it before was also very cool and a very different way of approaching the different levels of elite CrossFitters that you could get together and put together. And there was like strategy behind it. It was a completely different way of doing the competition, but I do like a harkening back to the old ways. And for me, it's really interesting to watch the two of you heading over to Rich because he sort of in the past has been, to me, this like mastermind of the team competition where even when we had super teams, he was always having people come and stay with him for long periods of time and train with him for long periods of time. And you two have been working out and training together and competing together for so long. It just feels like very synergistic. It feels like you were the perfect pair to bring in because you already have your communication down and your transitions down. And you're like all those things that he works on, those little things with his team on a daily basis because they're usually all right with him. So it felt like the right move. Do you guys feel like different or like is there pressure or is it just exciting? I mean, it's a big name. You're all now big names all together under one roof.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like it was a little ironic at first, just because I've been competing against Rich on teams now it's been like 5 years. And it's always been the big thing, like beat Mayhem, or like we'd love to beat Mayhem. That'd be the best thing in the world. But now to be Mayhem, how the tables have turned, it
Very
takes
much,
a little getting used to. I gotta say they're really nice people, so I can't say anything bad about them. So that's great. But I'm excited just because I know that Rich is capable of really pushing himself on a team, and that's kind of why we all do it. It's just nice to be pushed when you're surrounded by other people. So I'm excited to get really fit too.
You know, Nikki, I had a dream about Rich last night. This is a true
Stop
story.
it.
I did.
What?
Swear to God.
Is this PG or family show?
God, yes. Not that Rich is not an attractive man. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't that kind of dream. That's all I'm saying.
Everyone had pants on, is what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, everyone did. So, yeah, it was weird. So I was doing all these memes yesterday about Matt because, you know, he decided to leave. And I guess I had done enough memes that included Rich that it was just in my mind that he's going to be all pissed off at me. So I had this dream that I just ran into him, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, Rich is going to pummel me. And then he was so nice, which I know he would be. So,
yeah, really... that very well could be real life.
It would. Honestly, it's kind of weird because we've been around each other, you know, for whatever 5 or 6 years, like Andrea said, but we've never really gotten to know each other as teams or as people until, the last couple months, really. So it's kind of cool. They really are great people.
Yeah, they're awesome. You like want to hate them for being so fit. You're like, damn you! Like, what else about you can I hate? Do you like totally suck at life? Are you mean? And then it's like none of those things. You're like, shit.
Yeah, it's a fun environment.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So, are you guys like moved or planning on moving? Like, what's the deal with your living situation?
Yeah, so currently I'm in Knoxville with Taylor, and it's a little farthish from the gym. It's maybe like an hour, a little over an hour drive. So figuring that out more towards the end of the month to kind of be more permanently in the Cookeville area. I don't know, just kind of winging it within the 100-mile radius, just wandering around really.
Yeah, I've actually lived here since July, so like 6 months or so. Because I moved for school a long time ago, so I've been here.
Perfect.
So we were actually just talking to Rich like last week because we were just making sure, you know, mile wise, whatever. I think my house is like 92 miles basically. And when I was like looking for houses to rent, I obviously like didn't even think about that for a second, like distance from Mayhem, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, well, good thing we chose that one instead of the other one we were looking at.
Well, that's not really how they measure distance in the South. It's probably like, it's 4 Cracker Barrels and two McDonald's around the corner to get there. That's the way it is in the South.
I mean, Knoxville to Cookeville,
it's a haul.
That's just a different environment is what I was going to say. Like the Cookeville area.
They are 2 different places. Yeah.
A whole lot going on. There's a Starbucks. That I know for sure.
In Cookeville. I don't know if you pass one on the way between the two. Stopping at gas stations gets a little sketchy, but
it's dicey.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You guys got the Flying J down there in Tennessee. Flying J's great. Pilot, right? And then what you have down there?
Flying J, we have that. We have Weagles, or I don't know how to say it. Weagles? Weigels?
I don't know. I haven't been to Tennessee.
Those are truck stops, right? It's like a thing. Yeah.
So where are you guys from originally?
I'm originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
I am originally from Kansas, but lived in Iowa for 5 years.
Oh man! And how long have you guys been in Tennessee? So you moved, you said for school. So how long have you been there? And you just moved?
I'm a very new January resident.
Oh, so I feel like I need to give them some Southern tips, Nikki. Especially coming from Minnesota. Well, especially coming from Minnesota. Well, first of all, go get Sunblock 10,000 because the sun in Minnesota and the sun in Tennessee are far different. I can tell you that for sure. Take it from the bald guy that lives in Ohio but is originally from Mississippi. It's a monster difference.
I can't wait for Andrea to experience Tennessee summer.
Oh, running into humidity is like, imagine taking 2 cotton balls and shoving them up your nose and then going and run for a mile. That's what it feels like. It's terrible. It's absolute and when you're not acclimated to it, it's even worse. It won't take long to acclimate, but man, it's miserable.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, that'd be good. Elite athletes. They're fine.
Mhm.
Yeah. Really
I'm
good
gonna-
at running too.
Mm.
So good, so fun.
Oh my
Well,
Lord.
I would love to hear just from the two of you a little bit about like your history together, because I feel like looking at your competition history and how successful you've been on teams in the past, to me, you are like the best female team athlete pair like in CrossFit competition history. What do you think it is with the two of you that makes it so successful? Like, it's got to be more than we know from watching teams in the past. It's more than just putting really great and really talented and really fit people together. Like, you guys have something really special to me. Like, it's a communication thing, or it's just because you actually like each other. I don't know. Like, what do you think it is?
Really? No, I'm kidding. I think it helps that we have the same strengths and weaknesses. Sorry, you're going to talk. We also talk over each other.
Perfect.
We're the same. We talk at the same time. Yes. Same strengths and weaknesses definitely helps in a team atmosphere, like Andrea was saying. I think we're both also just very like team oriented. I think in a lot of situations, especially with females, it gets a little dicey with like being competitive or like individual mindsets and that kind of thing. Whereas her and I are more like, I don't know, take one for the team kind of people.
Yeah.
And like, it's just less pressure because it's, you know, it's all for a team instead of all trying to look good as an individual. If that makes sense.
There is something to be said about mindset. I mean, you kind of either have that individual mindset or that team mindset. And I've realized that trying to do a few individual things the last year, I'm just not in it. My brain doesn't wrap around it. It's just, it doesn't spark joy, I guess, if you want to say. So it's just doing that. Like, if you really love team stuff, it's all about not letting your team down versus winning in a way. So to me, that's like top of mind is I can't let these three down versus, I mean, what's the scoreboard?
Yeah. I think also we're both like very competitive with each other in I think a healthy way. In a way that I hope so. That makes us both better.
As healthy as you can be.
Yeah.
So I have a question. I was talking to, on the old Mayhem when Scott was on, I was talking to Scott, and he mentioned, Scott's obviously been an elite athlete for years and has really kind of trained himself for the most part. And I think he came away from training with Rich with a much different mindset of how he approaches his own training now. Even how has, the switch to this team and working with someone like Rich that's done this for a while, like how's that changed your mindset? Or has it?
Okay, I was going to say it's kind of changed my mindset in that I've gone more towards intensity and looking at every training piece as like a all in or all out type thing. Like when I train alone, I might have like 3 different pieces and I might half-ass all of them versus training with Rich. Yeah, it's taught me to know that I have to go all in every time. I mean, how embarrassing to get beat by like 3 minutes and like a 15-minute workout, and he goes hard every single training piece. So that's been a big change for me.
What the hell? Like, is he a cyborg? I don't understand. It's just something that like this mentality and you guys are the same, like elite athletes in general, like anyone who makes it to games, I just have a hard time wrapping my mind around how you have the drive every single day to show up the way you do and train the way you do at the intensity level at which you do. That's what, like, I'll half-ass everything, even in a group, even in the fucking open. Like, I'm still out there trying to just get my full ass into gear. Meanwhile, obviously you guys are Terminators and you get out there every single day to the most best of your ability, or at least have each other as the motivation to do so, which is pretty cool.
I think at some point it's just not even drive, it's just habit. It's
Yeah.
just what you've been doing for so long. Does that make sense? Like, I don't feel like working out every day, or I'll be stressed and not really feel like doing the hard thing. I want to do the easy thing, but it's just whatever like habit you've created for yourself.
I think it's an addiction to take it to that level. I mean, deep down, if you're wanting to, like bust your butt every day in training and compete and keep that up, I feel like deep down we're just addicted to it. And it's, it's become I don't want to make it sound really negative, but like an obsessive type thing where you need to do it.
Yeah,
You
no,
feel better about yourself after you do it versus if you
Fact.
wouldn't have done it. You don't
Fact.
feel good about
That's yeah, I can get behind that. You always
Well,
feel
yeah.
better after you do it.
And that
do
can be addicting.
do you
Also
though?
true.
Do
Yeah,
people actually feel better after? Because I don't.
100%. Oh, I
No.
do. I
Yeah.
always do.
Well,
Endorphins.
Andrea,
Yeah.
well, no, I get that. I mean, Andrea, you bring up a good point though of addiction. Like I think of that often. Like I'm the same way. I'm like every other CrossFitter out there. Like I want to work out 7 days a week. I'm 50, so my body won't allow it. But then on the days I'm not, I'm like, oh, I wish I could go do something. I wish I could
Right.
go work out. And I often think I'm like, man, I'd be an excellent alcoholic or some other addiction, because I just have to do it. Like, how do you guys, and we'll start with you, Andrea, I'll try to keep calling you guys by name so we don't step all over each
All right.
other, but how do you keep that in check? Because I honestly struggle with it almost every day.
I don't. There's big periods of time where I realize I maybe haven't had a rest day. It's not great. I mean, I think there's some of us too, you replace like one addiction with another, and you look at this exercise addiction as maybe the better of the two, and you're just going to run with it. But I definitely don't balance it well. I mean, there's times where I literally feel like my body can't move, but I'll still go train. Probably should be a rest day. So far, it's worked out.
All right, so you're no help to me. All right, so we'll go to Taylor. Taylor, how about you? How do you keep it in check?
Dude, I definitely didn't have any checks and balances until I started PA school, and now PA school is probably my check. So I feel like I was just saying this to somebody the other day. I feel like Monday through Thursday, I'm like full-time student scrambling to try and hold on to athlete. Like that's my situation. And then Thursday through Sunday, I'm like full-time athlete, just like scrambling to try to keep up as student. So it kind of like lends itself to its own kind of check and balance because I just don't have the time to work out 5 times a day. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I have to kind of go hard and do what I can when I can. So it kind of helps me not to overtrain. I'll be interested to see what that does to my fitness, but yeah.
Oh, Taylor, that's a lot. That is so much to mentally balance, let alone, I mean, and just being in PA school, like, aren't you on your feet like 10 hours a day and doing rounds and you're in and out of hospitals or whatever? It's not like you're sitting in a chair at school, traditional school. Like,
I'm actually, yeah, I am right now. I'm full-time classes right now. So there's a lot of
cool.
but it's still just mentally taxing.
Yeah, totally.
But I like it.
So have you felt any sort of difference? And obviously you are balancing a lot more right now. Like you say you're curious to see what that does to your fitness, but in balancing having this on your plate now and the intensity at which Rich is making you train, like, have you seen any differences yet? Or does it feel pretty standard to you so far?
It feels standard to me physically, but I think the intensity level going up kind of helps with my lack of time because I just have to go harder with less things. So I think it's honestly kind of a positive in that way, but it's just like emotionally and mentally kind of draining. Like I find myself like miscounting things or like forgetting what the watt is, just like stupid things like that. I like need stupid things like spelled out to me at the gym because my brain is mush.
Well, because you're like about to be a doctor, basically. It's just fast tracking you that way.
Yeah.
You also just described every workout I ever have.
I know, right?
Without,
and I have zero excuse.
Yeah, no excuses.
Shit spelled out to me 24/7.
Yeah.
Where are you at in the school journey? Like, when will you be done? What's your plan look like?
I am in classes until next December, and then I have clinicals for another 1.5 years. So I have a while still.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot, though.
Don't know
Good
much.
for you. Good for you for pursuing that. That's a lot of work.
It's fun. I like it.
So, have you learned all the proper uses of y'all yet?
This is a Southern question.
Yeah, you're in Tennessee now. You got to know all the ways to use the term y'all.
I'm going to be honest, I'll go with this one. I don't love that word because I just don't feel like it is a word. It shouldn't be used when adults talk. I also don't like country music, and that's probably a problem.
Thank you, because country music sucks. Cue the hate mail. It's coming.
Nikki.
It's coming because I said it out loud.
Hold on. Nikki, first of all, let me teach you something here, Nikki. The entire country of Canada hated you. You had an opportunity to make the South love you there, and you didn't take it. You didn't take it.
I can't apologize for who I am.
Well, you didn't take it. And now Andrea's made all of Tennessee hate her because she doesn't think people use the term y'all.
Oh.
Look, whether you like the word or
the
not,
quote of the night is you don't use it in adult conversation.
Yes.
That's
Look,
amazing.
all I'm saying is whether you think it's a word or not, it's like its own language in Tennessee. You got to know how to use it, and it's going to come up a lot.
Just brush it away. I hear people say it all the time, and I don't reciprocate that word. I don't reply to it. I just kind of pretend like it wasn't said. I don't know. It's like improper grammar. You just
after you go win the affiliate cup, we're gonna have you back on, and I'm gonna say, how was it? You can go, y'all, it was great. Because you will have been in Tennessee for so long at that point. You're gonna have a Southern accent, and you're gonna spend every weekend at Cracker Barrel. And you and Haley are just gonna sit around and go, y'all, this is fantastic, y'all. I love y'all too. Bless your heart. So it's
I
gonna
don't think Haley uses that word though. Also, Cracker Barrel has been my favorite restaurant now for a good 15 years. So
Yeah.
Perfect.
it has nothing to do with the South.
Perfect. Wow.
No.
Wait, why is it ridiculous?
Oh, Cracker Barrel's the worst.
Oh,
Sorry
see,
for
now we're off to a bad start,
Cracker
Taylor.
Barrel lovers.
Everyone's gonna hate
Oh,
someone on this show.
I know. Why is it ridiculous, Taylor? What's wrong with Cracker Barrel?
I have a number of things. It's grits stuck. And you always get like a whole table of grits for no reason. The grits stuck.
Hold on. Can I interject?
Not one
I
of the
totally
combos.
agree.
No.
Totally agree.
No.
No, I do. I've been at Cracker Barrel one time, and it was because everyone on the show told me I needed to go, right? So I went.
You know what?
Underwhelming.
Fuck all y'all. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Agree.
Grits do not suck. You're eating them
grits-
wrong. You're eating them wrong.
Right. And I found that out later. But the grits did suck, and I didn't know I had to add like butter and salt and all sorts of shit to them because when I
Yes.
got them, I was like, what is the big deal? These suck.
All right, let's go back to Taylor. All right, Taylor. So grits suck. What else? What else is wrong with Cracker Barrel?
I haven't had a good service experience there for months. For like the last 5 times I went there, probably. Something is like always messed up when they bring it out. Like something small, but then sometimes you end up getting free things because of it. But it's just like the whole experience of Cracker Barrel used to be good as a kid, but it's just not good anymore. And Andrea always makes me go there.
You're breaking my heart.
It's so good. You can get full for $10.
Yes, thank you.
It's
Thank
amazing.
you.
And you
Full.
can just shop in a country store while you wait for your food.
We got
The
rid of
country
stickers.
store. The country
They got
store
rid
is
of
where
stickers
it's at.
for COVID.
Yeah, you can buy Reese's peanut butter cups that are like 2 pounds each. It's great. They have all the candies. They have all the old candies. Oh, so good.
They have like homewares. That was what was cool to me. They have like, as someone who keeps chickens, they had all sorts of things for my
Oh.
home that had chickens and roosters, cocks, if you will,
Yes.
all over them. I thought I could decorate my entire house from this
All right.
store.
Whole
Pretty
house
sure
of
my
cocks.
mom did.
Be great.
Barrel
Pretty sure
selling
that's how you grew up. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, apparently we're never having Cracker Barrel as a sponsor for the show now.
I know.
So,
we
there you
blew
go.
our
Love them.
chances.
Well,
John loves them too. I did love the biscuits. I will say that.
Cornbread.
That is
Oh.
so. Yeah.
you got to understand, like, I grew up in the South. So every time we go home to see my parents, we have grits at every breakfast and they're amazing. Thank you very
I bet
much.
homemade grits are great though.
Yeah,
different.
I don't know if they're that different, but grits are kind of grits for the most part. And with biscuits and bacon, it's just like Cracker Barrel at home. It's great. That's why I love Cracker Barrel, because it reminds me of home.
We dove in really hard into Cracker Barrel.
I
just
know.
now. I'm glad we did that. I'm glad that we reviewed this.
I could actually feel people unsubscribing to the podcast
know,
as we were
like,
doing
as
it.
it
I could like
goes.
hear the
Aw.
clicks. It was great.
Well, let me ask this. Let me get us back on topic, if you will. We had kind of a crazy, wacky year in 2020. I feel like, when was the last time I saw you guys? Was it in
We saw you
Dubai?
Yeah, we saw you
Yeah.
in Dubai. Yeah.
Which feels like a million years ago, because obviously we didn't have a team competition at the end of the day last year at games. And so it's been a while, and we've gone through so many changes. The world has, we have, as individuals, as a sport. How are you guys feeling about sort of where we landed now that the competitive season seems to be going underway, just, with CrossFit and with, I'd say, your own lives? Like, how's everything been going directionally for you guys?
Who do you want to go first?
I'll call on Andrea. You go first.
Oh, okay. That was a really loaded question. Wow. I guess, yeah, last year was weird, and where I had this big hopes and dreams that we had a really great team last year, and I was hoping that we'd win that big games thing at the end of the year, and we didn't obviously have it. So for me, it turned out to be a year of individual competing. So that wasn't the best. I didn't enjoy it. And then I guess just CrossFit in general, you could kind of feel everyone with the shutdowns and everything. It's just the motivation levels were really low, and that was really hard. Usually I thrive to like with the gym community and like training with them, and I don't know, I enjoy the community aspect of things, and I just felt like that was falling apart. So I'm happy that there is somewhat of a like season planned a little bit, at least. It's nice to have like a glimmer of hope. I guess that's how I feel now. Last year hit pretty hard just because like everyone was so excited. It was just going to be such a fun season. So many sanctionals on the books, and just to have those taken away kind of felt rough. But now we're kind of starting from the bottom. If you just hope for like, just expect the worst. So if something happens, maybe it's a little exciting. That's how I feel now.
2020 set the bar so low for us. We're like, expect the worst, and then everything will be better than what you get thrown at you, basically. Yeah.
That basically summarizes what I was going to say. I was just going to say, yeah, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
It's a little confusing though.
Trying to figure out a season for us and trying to make sure it will work with all the restrictions or potential restrictions. So, I mean, it is definitely better than nothing. It will be better than 2020, but.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not very clear on what the season looks like though with everything that has been rolled out already. I know I am not the only one that's confused. So I'd like maybe a little more clarity on all of that, but at least there's something.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I think more information, more concrete dates, times, explanations, what's in person, what's online, like we're missing that. And then obviously like throwing in the fact that we don't really know what the world is going to be looking like. We can all hope and pray that we have, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, whatever, and that this is online and then this is in person. But at the end of the day, we still don't know what the world is going to look like come late summer 2021. So it's all, it's all hope. I really hope that it works out well, because it would be so fun to see you guys, especially, and the team competition back in a live setting. It was really missed last year. I really missed it. It's always so exciting to me. There's like a lot going on. You got to figure out who's like in first, and everyone's strategizing, and especially in events where like you guys get to decide who goes first or what kind of pairs you're using or whatever. Like that, all that is really exciting to me. It feels like I can watch people using their brains the way I would when I approach an open WOD or whatever. Like it's just so relatable, and I like the strategery around it. So I really missed it last year.
Yeah, last year too was nice because a lot of the super teams were like, they were teams that were coming back for another year.
Totally.
There was a lot of like shit talk behind the scenes that like maybe not everyone knows about. So just having like that camaraderie, in the nicest way, it was shit talk, but having that was, I don't know, it just felt like a group of enemy friends, and I miss that.
Yeah, you were just starting to get your established super teams, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know, we'll see what happens.
Who's the biggest shit talker behind the scenes?
Travis.
Oh, I mean,
of
Travis,
course.
Travis Williams.
If you had said anyone else, I would have been like, but
He gets it all
remember
started,
Travis?
just play in, but
Totally.
All in a good way, though. He's a good
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun watching you guys in Dubai last year. And you set off the season like with such a bang. That's why I was like, such a high, and then such a, oh man.
Oh, I know.
Oh. But 2020 was like that for everyone. So at least it was level playing field, if you will.
Well, there's no chance they won't do teams this year, though, like 2020. I mean, there'd have to be something crazy. Otherwise, they wouldn't even have the competition. I got to believe that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right. And I think if it were to go down that way, it would only be because like physically they can't have more than 25 people in one spot or something like that. That's kind of what I mean, Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think we'll get a season. I don't know what's the second, like not the open, but the second open. I don't know about what's going to be in person and what won't, but I think we'll definitely get a games by then.
Yeah. I mean, we already had a competition in the South this past weekend.
Yeah.
There's the Fittest Experience. They had teams.
Yeah.
It successfully happened. Like, that was really great to actually see. It seems to be there's a lot less restrictions the more southern you get. So maybe we just keep everything down south.
I think we should get an island like the way the UFC did. I'm telling you, I would totally go on a tropical vacation at CrossFit Island and do games.
Well,
Just throwing that out there.
she's right about the restrictions. You go farther south, though. Southerners have been dying in bizarre ways for centuries. And when it happens, they just go, oh, bless their heart. And they just move on. Right. So they don't care about Rona. They don't care at all. They're just like, all right, whatever happens. So now we're putting on competitions again.
Well, I heard the Fittest Experience cared about the Rona a lot and went to a lot of lengths to make sure that everyone was safe. I mean, how was it? How was the competition?
Yeah, it was not by any means a free for all. Like, there were still rules and like things to abide by. It was really fun, though. I mean, it was nice that the venue was outside, so that felt like things were a little safer that way. I don't know. I mean, there was plenty of space. So
how did it go? How did it feel to be competing?
I mean, it was individual for me, so it was okay.
So she hated it.
No, it was nice. I won, and that felt good. But yeah.
I feel like, why do you keep putting yourself through these individual competitions if you hate it so much?
Well, there was a prize for the winner, so I went there hoping to get that.
And you got it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I still love that you look back on it and you're like, oh, I mean, it was individual. So
and that's nothing to do with the event. That is not on them, is all on me.
Well, I'm glad that you found your place in the sun as this team athlete, because it definitely suits you. I'm really excited to see how you guys do on the Mayhem team. There's a new guy, and I'm so embarrassed that I already forgot his name. Shit.
It's Chase.
It's Chase,
Okay.
right? Duh, of course. So stupid. And what is it like now, the sort of like four of you together? Are you starting to feel some sort of team synergy? I mean, you kind of come from all different places and areas.
Yeah, I think it's definitely starting to mesh. And we all do have previous team experience, but it's all about putting the four together. So you can be on an old team, but it might not feel the same on the worm next to the same person. You know what I mean? So it's all about creating that like communication and not having to communicate as much because you kind of know each other so well with those specific people. And I think that's what like makes the affiliate thing potentially be a very competitive environment, is because you are training in and out every day with those people. So you can kind of learn each other as an athlete. Versus super teams, you kind of get more of the super individual athletes who are super fit, but maybe they mess up transitions or they mess up rep schemes or they can't synchro. So it's kind of a trade-off between those two, I think, different situations. So hopefully we can kind of put together those two things in this team, a super team and an affiliate team.
Yeah, totally. Well, a super team that has now sort of like been put together, and with, you know, one of the team captains that has been known to create that meshing and that synergy. We're going to have to get new guy Chad on the show, so I can apologize for forgetting his name.
New guy Chad, is that what you just called him? Chase.
New guy Chase. Oh my God. Cut this out of the show.
No, I just want to see you beg for forgiveness.
This is going to be the clip now.
Oh man. I feel bad.
Oh, kitty.
Yeah, Bean always makes an appearance on the show. Say hi, Bean.
Beaner.
Oh, hi.
The Beaner.
Cute little face.
Yeah, he has a cute face, but that's the only thing cute about him.
He's an asshole.
He's kind of a jerk.
Really? Because
Right,
he seems
buddy?
pretty calm.
He looks like a Halloween cat.
Yeah, he is a little bit. Yeah, he has his moments. He won't leave me alone. Whenever we get on this podcast, like he just wants to be next to me. I don't know why. I think he knows he's a star. I think.
It's definitely it.
Definitely.
He's definitely cuter.
Yeah. Well, definitely cuter than me.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Yeah.
He goes, yeah.
Damn, shooting all in.
I like
Oh.
cats.
On that note.
I just really like cats.
I'm definitely cuter than new guy Chad. All right.
Oh, damn. I'm the worst. Shit. This is why I do extensive athlete research before I actually sideline report at any event, because that would have been hella embarrassing if it were like on the live stream.
Yeah, he's so nice though. He would just went along with it, be like, "Yeah, I'm Chad now."
Yeah.
Damn it.
He wouldn't have cared.
He's forever Chad now. As a matter of fact, Nikki, when you go back to do the games and they win this thing, I want you to ask him the first question. Chad, I have a question for you. It's gonna be great.
Oh, and that was the end of my career, everyone.
There you go.
And they never called her again.
Never called her again. Wow. Well, ladies, thank you for coming on. Congratulations
Yeah.
and best luck for the season. I know you guys will kill it. Just drag Rich along. You'll make him better, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Are your dogs killing each other
Thank
in
you.
there?
Are they okay back there?
I think so.
Something's
Happening out
happening.
there. I'm so sorry.
No, we're used to this. Nikki's got two. They're always on the podcast,
They're
but
always somewhere. Yeah.
yeah. But thank you. We're really excited to watch you guys compete, and we know Mayhem will bring it as always. So thanks for
Yeah.
being on.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's great to get to know you guys.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
too.
Totally.
And Nikki, it's great to see you as always. I'm
Likewise.
going to make sure when we're done here, I'm going to send Chad a message and tell him we'll get him on next to hear
Damn
more
it.
from the Mayhem team. For everyone listening, we appreciate you guys joining us this evening, and we will chat with you guys soon.